Hi, my name is Jeanette Dukes, and today I'll be talking to you about raising the federal minimum wage to a livable standard. Picture this: you're working 40 hours a week, doing everything society says you should, showing up on time, working hard, staying dedicated. Yet, after paying rent and groceries, you're left with $12 until your next paycheck. This is the reality for millions of Americans earning a federal minimum wage of $7.25 per hour. As a student who works while handling school responsibilities, I understand the financial pressures today's workers face. For this speech, I researched data from the U.S. Department of Labor and the Economic Policy Institution and the FIU database, several other studies examining long-term wages trends. Most of us either work now or are about to join the workforce soon. Wage laws determine how we pay for our school expenses, housing, food, transportation, and even childcare. Whether you're a college student or a parent, this law affects you directly. Today, I will show you why the current federal minimum wage is outdated, what raising it to $15 per hour would accomplish for millions of workers and the economy, and how we can advocate for this necessary change. Let's begin by understanding the core of the problem. The current federal minimum wage is not enough for basic survival. The solution is to raise the federal minimum wage to at least $15 per hour. A $15 wage would significantly reduce poverty. States such as California, Washington, and Massachusetts have raised wages and saw notable drops in poverty levels. Workers who earn more can afford stable housing, health care, and child care, which reduces reliance on government programs. Higher wages boost economic growth. When a worker earns more, they spend more in their local communities, creating more businesses, revenue, and jobs. According to the National Low-Income Housing, cities with higher wages see increased consumers spending and lower eviction rates. That's pretty good. Raising wages benefits employees as well. Businesses that pay higher wages experience turnovers, saving thousands of training and onboarding. Thousands on trainings and onboarding. Happier employees are more productive, focused, and committed, reducing workplace errors and abstinence. Let's imagine what America would look like if this change were implemented nationwide. The wages, has not increased in 15 years. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the federal minimum wage has stayed at $7.25 since 2009. Inflation and living costs have increased dramatically. Housing by over 30%, transportation by 25%, and groceries by nearly 20%. Millions of workers cannot afford basic living expenses. The Economic Policy Institution states that a single adult needs at least $17.74 per hour to meet basic needs in most U.S. cities. More than 32 million workers would receive a raise if the federal minimum were lifted to $15, with 90% of them being adults, not teenagers. The current rate traps families in poverty. Many full-time workers rely on food stamps, Medicaid, and housing subsidized to survive. Essentially, taxpayers subsidize low wages for profitable companies. Now that we see the severity of this issue, let's discuss a concrete solution that benefits everyone. Raising the minimum wage would transform families, communities, and nations. Picture individuals and families with financial stability. Parents would not need to work 2 and 3 jobs just to survive. Students like us could use focus on school rather than overworking to pay bills. Communities would thrive. Fewer people would experience homelessness or food insecurities. Local businesses would benefit from increased consumer spending and more stable workforce. Long-term national benefits: the United States would experience greater economic equality across regions. A stronger middle class improves the nation's overall economic health and democratic stability. Now that we've explored the problem, the solution, and the vision for the change, it's time to take action. Today, we examine the outdated nature of the federal minimum wage, the possible economic and social outcomes of raising it, and the long-term benefits for workers, families, and communities. The federal minimum wage must be raised to at least $15 per hour to reflect modern economic reality, to